Welcome to Inside the Soundwave Internet TV Show, live from the beaches of Indiana, Florida, where all your local musicians get to tell you their music story from the beginning to the present. Now, here is your host, Mr. Soundwave.
Hey, we are live, Indiana, Florida, Inside the Soundwave, with my featured guest today, Brevard County, well-known, well-liked businessman, musician, Mike DELLA CIOPPA. He's with me here today. What an honor to have him here. We're gonna listen to him tell us our story about how he got started and what got him in Brevard.
Yeah, sure.
Playing the guitar, where he played in Brevard, and we're gonna have a little segment after about the business, Florida Discount Music. Yeah. All right, there it is. Yeah, and open mics, brand new place. Great place. We're going to tell you about that. We're going to tell you about how you can go there, when you can go there, what kind of good coffee they got, and what other good items they have, and other musicians too. We're going to get started now with let's get going with the history of Mike DELLA CIOPPA.
Very interesting.
All right, Mike, when did we start our musical career? What year?
Oh, jeez, year. Well, and growing up before junior high school, I guess it was kind of had to play an instrument in my house. So I always had a piano there. My dad played guitar. I didn't really, for some reason I picked violin. I said I want to play violin, Mom. I got a violin, but for whatever reason I don't know. I just didn't gravitate toward it. I used to hide it, and I never really I never really got the concept. And I got in junior high. And
what year was that?
Just turned 37.
37, you're just a baby, man.
So I got into junior high and met with a couple friends, my buddy Kyle, and they play guitar. And I was like, Mom, guitar's an instrument. Can I play guitar? And she's like, Yeah, you can play guitar. And I was like, Oh, awesome. So started then. My dad, was a figure pick guitar player, and I had always had a piano in the house. My grandma played piano, so. That's kind of where it started. Junior high, my buddy Kyle and my buddy Tony, we kind of had a little garage band thing going on, took lessons from Rick Finke. I'm sure lots of people know. Awesome guy, awesome player, and that's kind of where I started. And
what town was that? Melbourne?
In Atlantic. My parents moved us all down here when I was 6 from Rochester, New York. And I remember back then my dad was like, oh, I found this piece of paradise, and it's called Melbourne, Florida. And I remember him saying that and telling cousins and other family members that. So packed us up and moved us down to Indiana. Which I've been in Indiana.
So you were born in Rochester?
I was born in Rochester, moved here when I was, probably like 6 or so, somewhere around there. Right to 10th Avenue, actually, in Indiana, and then
nice area.
Been in Indiana and Melbourne Beach for
Great
until now,
place.
which I'm still on the boardwalk.
Gotta love Indiana.
I love it's
beautiful.
Some of the Indiana, Melbourne Beach is some of the best neighborhoods in the country.
Beautiful.
As far as I'm concerned, it's amazing.
Right.
And,
I like it here.
Boating, fishing, surfing community. I really really like it. But
steps away from the ocean.
Exactly. Yes, it's nice.
It is nice beaches too.
Beautiful beaches.
Can't drive on them, but that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there's so many musicians over here that live in this area between South Melbourne Beach all the way up to Satellite Beach, Cocoa Beach, all the way up. We're all on the beach.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of musicians.
Beautiful place.
It is.
Definitely fortunate.
No, you said violin. You picked up the violin?
Yeah, violin. And I don't know if it just was... I just didn't really get the concept of I played it and little melodies, and I don't know if it was a teacher or whatnot, because that's really really important too, and we'll probably talk about that later too with our FDM's teaching philosophies and things like that. But it was a really, I think back, and it was probably a really kind of traditional teaching style, which I know a lot of teachers do, kind of more traditional, which they you have to learn the specific songs and these So I don't know if that was it or but I just didn't really gravitate towards it. So I kind of used to hide it and
Did you play in an orchestra when you were in school or anything like that?
No. Well, I took choir and things like that.
Choir, right. But you didn't do the violin?
No. It was just...
That was here in Brevard.
That was in the Atlantic, yeah. I forget the gentleman's name, but it's just been so long. But, that's kind of was the first instrument that I started on. But didn't really click until I got a little older and realized that, the bigger picture of what.
I'm still trying to think of 37, what year... I'm trying to think. I can't. It's rumbling through my head. 14.
What are you trying to figure out?
27 years back. You're going back about 70. I don't know.
What, 37?
4? I don't know. 82.
80 would bring you at 33.
Yeah.
So it must have been 77 when...
Yeah, well, I was born in 75.
75, there you go. So, and you came here when you're 6, about 81, 82?
Yes, yeah, let's go with that.
So you're going back... So we're starting in the 80s.
Exactly.
Down here. So you have been here quite a while.
I'm a Floridian,
Right.
Well,
you do
remember, have a ton of family up north.
You do remember Rochester, though.
Oh yeah, and we would go back frequently.
I'm sure
to
you did.
Upstate New York, Lake George areas. I still have a ton of family in Albany.
See, I used to live in Albany.
Yeah, I love it up there. I mean, it's great.
It's nice in the summer, but I couldn't take the winters any longer. I'm sure you remember the snow and all
I do. Yeah, I remember walking, down the street to the bus stop and snow mounds and
uphill both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got a year 82. You're roughly around here in Indialantic, and you picked up the violin, and I'm going to have to start with you more into the 80s. When did you pick up the guitar?
I would say probably around 7th or 8th grade. I met my buddy Kyle, who was an extremely talented musician even back then, and showed me kind of the ropes of playing guitar and and creating music and writing music.
6-string, a regular guitar?
Yeah, 6-string guitar, and back then it was always kind of it was always kind of like mystical to get like an instrument that actually played right, that wasn't crazy. I mean, every guitar that I had, like, starting off was like just a piece of junk, basically. My dad always had nice guitars, but I didn't get those until later on. So I just had like just a junky little guitar, or borrowed guitar. I think from my friend Kyle, actually. Gave me I forget the model number, but PV all natural 2 humbuckers that had a little amp in the case. I forget the model right now off the top of my head, but
PV was big back then.
Yeah, it's still big.
It still is. Yeah, I mean, so we 6-string, and growing up, what band did you listen to? I mean,
again, I had kind of some influences basically from my parents. Being really at that age, kind of listening to what they listened to. My mom was very much into gospel, and my dad was very much into folk and Creedence and bands like that. So I kind of had both those elements, and going to like private Christian schools and things like that. I had a lot of traditional.
What about rock and roll bands? What one pops in your head first when you were a little guy?
I would say like my dad really liked funk and soul, and like Sly and the Family Stones and things like that. That he would and he still has an amazing record collection. So which I kind of have now too. So, but. The Beatles, obviously.
Still, you kind of
now, like, flash forward to right now, like my trifecta of music. I would really say like Led Zeppelin, The Who, Beatles. Mix in the Doors and excuse me, forgive me, Pink Floyd. Gotta have that in there too. So. as far as like what I really like.
The band, it's Waters or Gilmore.
See, well, both. I mean, and we'll talk about maybe this too, but I kind of in band situations that I play in now, I really try to focus on harmonies and things like that too. So I envision myself when I'm singing harmonies as Roger Waters. I kind of like I'm in the back of my mind I'm him with my harmonies, but
awesome.
It's just my own little. Well, I guess now I've just shared it with everybody.
Well,
so
he's back.
Now everybody knows.
That's for sure. He's really back. He's constant. That thing
yeah,
amazing.
I mean, they're both brilliant.
I think Gilmore's tremendous.
I don't really know the whole what happened with them.
Yeah,
I think they need to suck it up and just
move on.
Exactly.
But they're moving on. They're doing well. I'm glad to see Waters is doing.
I heard that when his show that they did with just him was amazing. I have a couple friends that went. And it was, and I've heard it was ridiculous.
I've never seen a set like that on that TV station, Palladia.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
They showed him with that wall behind him that was about 30 stories. I don't know, 27 stories high, and I'm well, whatever. So you had your influences with Floyd. You think those kind of bands? I mean, when you picked up your 6-string guitar, was it electric or was it acoustic?
Well, it was like I said. My dad always had an acoustic guitar lying around the house. My friend Kyle gave me this electric guitar, but I really don't think that music really like clicked for me. I played, and my dad, G, C, and D, and showed me the chords, but I still don't think that didn't really even click for me until probably I started getting 18 or 19. I started getting a little older. And starting to really like create songs in an ensemble and figure. And obviously, if you play music, you're always learning. So, but that's kind of like where it kind of like clicked. And I started like realizing that.
Was that in the '90s?
I guess that was probably had been early '90s. There was a cool kind of scene going on. There was a place in the early '90s called the Lazy Bean. I don't know if anyone remembers Lazy Bean, but it was right here in downtown Melbourne. And it was
I remember the Lazy Bean.
Awesome, just really.
I love that place.
Just vibey, just really cool, and being 15, you can ride your bike there and see music, and that place was really kind of a really neat place, and so.
One quick question before we go to break. What was the name of the first band?
Oh, first band? Well, the first band was Roy F. And that was interesting story because we're all live in Melbourne here. That was taken from the Royal Chef restaurant that was on US 1. That for years the lights were burned out and all that was lit up was Roy ROYF, and it was a Royal Chef restaurant. So we were called Roy F. And
that's cool.
The white elephant was our logo, and still to this day, some of the I love the music that we did with that. It was what was amazing. I would love to be able to get back to doing that stuff with even those same guys.
Cool. Okay, we're going to pick up right here when we get back from our break with Roy F.
Roy F. Yes,
Roy F. And we're in the beginning of the '90s, I believe, right? Beginning of the '90s, somewhere in there.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And we're going to take a video break here, commercial break, video break, advertisers, open mics, Florida Discount Music. Yep. We're going to watch Micah Reed. Video now on with Micah Reed at open mics, just fairly recent.
Yeah.
Check out this beautiful
place. And then afterwards, don't forget we have a special musical guest.
And we have a special musical guest too. We're going to have not only Mike play acoustic for us, we're going to have John Allo play acoustic for us too. Thank you. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. A lot of good stuff yet to come.
blankets and this empty bed, staring at your picture and recounting words I've said. Did I say I love you? It's hard to see the markings made through the fog in my eyes. Somewhere in these empty words is the reason I'm alive. Did I say I love you? What did I say? Push you away. What have I done to make you feel we can't go on? I meant to say I love you. I meant to say I love you. Did I say I love you? And broken-hearted matters don't seem to matter to the heart. The bleeding hearts write poetry they should have written at the start. Did I say I love you? Say time heals the deepest wounds and only time will tell. Time that's lost can't be reclaimed, but this time hurts like hell. Did I say I love you? What did I say? Push you away. What have I done to make you feel we can't go on? I meant to say I love you. I meant to say I love you. Did I say I love you? Can you find it in your heart to let me be the one? Can't we make a brand new start? Let me be the one. I meant to say I love you. I meant to say I love you. I meant to say, what did I say? And push you away. What have I done to make you feel we can't go on? I meant to say I love you. Did I say I love you? I meant to say I love you.
To each crowded room or busy avenue, you're scanning vain for another one to come and view the girl with the glow that calls the sun to shine. She's the fruit on the vine, the very finest wine, top shelf. The way that she moves across the scenery, she blessed the greenery. Each step she takes us on a man. Just look at her there. Oh man, she got it everywhere. To get to her room, you must climb 100 flights of stairs. Watch me now, I'm reaching for the top shelf. And when you're down, you'll be found where it's warm. To find the sun, you will run. It's shining in the eyes of a top shelf. Top shelf cutie, I'm talking about top shelf. Top shelf cutie, the wisest smartest man in the world could not resist those eyes. He cannot analyze something that can hypnotize. Philosophy, psychology, it doesn't mean a thing to me. Only she can set me free from what my eyes have dared to see. Top shelf. Whoa, whoa. The man in the moon. Well, I guess now he don't care. He never seen the sunlight shining in her hair. She burns so bright. She's burning in the night to get to her room. It's just another 7 flights. Stop me now, I'm reaching for the top shelf. Top shelf. And when you're sad, feeling bad on your own, peace of mind you will find. It's hiding in the eyes of a top shelf. Top shelf cutie. I'm talking about top shelf. Top shelf cutie. Oh. When confusion reigns, you're feeling half insane. She'll put the shattered pieces back inside your brain. Just look at those eyes, that smile of pearly white. She make you feel like maybe God is doing something right. Top shelf. Oh. It's the other side of what's attracting me. All I know is what I see. I see this prize in front of me. It's something new. You wonder, is it true? Those baby blues can see right through the heart of you. Woo! Watch me now, I'm reaching for the top shelf. And when you're down, you'll be found where it's warm. To find the sun, you will run. It's shining in the eyes of a top shelf. Top shelf cutie. Oh, I'm talking about top shelf. Top shelf cutie. I'm reaching for top shelf. Top shelf cutie. Watch me. I'm reaching for top shelf.
All right, we are back. I hope you enjoyed John Aiello, one of my favorites. I hope you liked that song. It was really good. That's an original song, wasn't it, John? Okay. Yep, that was John, and we had Micah Reed play a video that's on YouTube from open mics. We'll play another one of those on the next break, too. You have to check out Micah and open mics. It's a great place. I'm thrilled with the place. I love it. We are back with Mike Della Cioppa. By the way, this is the Italian show today. Right. We have Della Cioppa here. We have Caddy here. We have Aiello here. Martino here. And we have Spadafora here. That's so right. It's the Italian day. Right. Columbus Day at ISW. We got the Italian show today. We're going to get back to the 90s with the band Roy F.
That's right.
Right here in Melbourne, back in the early 90s. Now, right. The members of Roy F., you remember the members?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Kyle Hipsley, and Tony Ciriello, and Tommy Craig. No, not Tommy Craig, that's another drummer. Tommy, I can't think of Tommy's last name. Sorry, Tommy.
It's all right.
Tommy Craig is also another brilliant drummer who plays with a bunch of people in town. So.
Three-piece band?
It was it was a three-piece band. Let me think. Originally, I would say it was four because I had our other buddy Eric Nyman, who is also a local guy, and he plays with Mad Mardigan now. He came in and did some bass stuff with us on the original recordings, and again, I mean, that was some really, really cool stuff that I would love to be able to reformulate or even do the same songs that we were doing back then, because I listen to them now, I'm like, man, these are really, really cool stuff. So.
Are those guys still around the area?
Oh yeah, all of them, I think. Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Wow. How long did that last?
Unfortunately, I haven't seen them in a long time, so that's a shame, but Kyle and I moved to Orlando and hooked up with another drummer out there, Manuel Hernandez, and we continued to do the Roy F thing and play out there a significant amount, and had a lot of fun out there.
In Orlando?
In Orlando, yeah.
Did you play there a couple years?
Yeah, well, we lived out there Kyle and I lived out there for 3 or 4 years, played everywhere down there.
What was the name?
We actually at that point we did actually. Now I think about it, we did change the name. We changed the name after because our drummer Ache got stolen from us, of course, so we. I had hooked up with another good friend of mine who I still talk to daily and have been writing music with for a long time. My buddy Jay Dixon, and our other friend Jesse Lewis, who also is in town, brilliant piano player. We formed the band 10th Frame after a friend of ours who we had lost. Who before that he always said that he wanted a band called 10th Frame, and he was a great drummer. So we're going to tribute to Pat, and we were called 10th Frame. We were all kind of
in the 90s.
Yes, this was in the later 90s. This was in I would say 97.
What kind of music would you say the band was playing? What
10th Frame was kind of I would say kind of like artsy avant-garde, very, very sparse vocals, mostly instrumental. I also mentioned Roy F was all instrumental band.
All instrumental.
10th Frame, we had a little bit of vocals, but very, very sparse. And kind of avant-garde, kind of artsy, low to mid-tempo rock.
But what band would you say though? I mean, on the scene of all the genres, was there somebody kind of copied a little bit?
No, I would. We had songs that kind of very, very, very loosely resembled certain things that we thought they resembled. So but I would say we had songs called John Cougar that maybe just had a G and C kind of strumming thing that didn't really sound anything like John Cougar, but we called it John Cougar.
Right.
We had it wasn't a Journey sounding song. We had a part that kind of sounded like a Journey song for for like 3 bars. We called it, So, but it's hard to say exactly what it was. I would say it was mid-tempo, artsy rock, instrumental. 90% instrumental.
90%.
Yeah.
Even then, it was 90%.
Yeah, very, very sparse vocals. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think we landed anyone comfortably singing yet at those times, so we just kind of
original music.
Oh yeah. That's pretty much. I've always been drawn to just kind of like creating songs, and I had.
You didn't do cover?
No. I don't know. I just the approach
good.
The early approach that we took, even back when Kyle and I were just starting, just jamming was just creating music, and I had friends that could play 100 songs, and I couldn't play one song that anyone knew, but I was like, I could play this part to this song that we play, and I kind of still am that way. Mm-hmm. So definitely a part of an ensemble. I'm a musician who's part of best and part of an ensemble. So
that's good, because when you walk into several clubs in one night on A1A, and they're all playing Black Magic Woman or something, I
can't get up and do the jam nights because I can't. I probably could, but I'm an over preparer. Like, I have to have like licks prepared and signature things going on. So I've never really been like a jammer, so to speak.
There's a
Nothing
lot
wrong
of,
with that. I just never was able to. Really,
there's a lot of that going on today. To the jam nights everywhere,
and we're promoting them. We're doing them every night at open mic. So it's been a real treat.
Yep. Now, we're going to turn the corner into 2000. Mm-hmm. Still with the same band? You in Orlando, you came back to Melbourne.
I didn't come back to Melbourne until 2001. But up until that time, 10th Frame was playing out, and we were having fun. And I moved back to Melbourne, back to Indiana, I think 2001. And I think at those times I was in a weird place with music. I kind of like just wasn't really into anything. I just kind of like took a little walk away from it for a while. I think even for like a couple of years, really, maybe to like, I think really until a band that was originally called the Magnets, which was Andrew Marcus and Misty Marcus and
vocals.
They were called the Magnets. They were like a pop, like a power pop group that were around in that time playing out, and they had changed their name to Black Eyed Soul, and this was, I think, I don't know exactly, I think 2003, 2004, I guess, sometime around there. I had met with Andrew, and I wasn't doing anything at the time. Like I said, I kind of took a step back from music, and I was itching to do something, and he asked if I wanted. They were looking for another bass player. And I was like, yeah, I'll totally do it. These guys, they have a ton of material, and they've been doing it for a long time, and they're really, really nice.
And how long you been playing bass now?
Yeah.
I guess I forgot that back in the 90s.
Right. Well, that I would say in Roy F. I was playing bass.
You switched over to bass.
I was bass, yeah. Didn't have a bass player, which I think the majority of the bass players are born. Oh, we don't have a bass player. Who wants to play bass? Okay, I'll play bass. So I've been doing the bass thing. So the 10th Frame bass. And then Black Eyed Soul asked me to do it, and I was like, yeah, I'll totally do it. And that we did for 3 or 4 years, maybe about 3 or 4 years, and we toured and a couple records with them that had marginal success for regional success, and had a good time, a really good time with them. They were a lot of fun.
Were you working just with the band then, or did you?
Yeah, really just with them. That was the only thing I did for I think probably 3 or 4 years. And Jay, who I mentioned before, who was in 10th Frame, they had a band that was called Kenworth, and they were like my favorite band. I loved what they did. It was a little bit heavier and a little more driving, a little more aggressive music.
Right here in Brevard.
They were in Orlando. They were still in Orlando.
They come over here and play though.
I would drive out there to see them play, because I didn't actually join them quite.
They wouldn't come over here and play any.
Actually I did. We had a couple of parties that I booked them over here, and they did come over here a couple times. They reformulated, and they were still Kenworth. They kind of reformulated. The guitar player the other guitar player that was playing with them, I guess for some reason didn't want to do it anymore, or whatever happened. They had issues with the other guitar player. So I was like,
Got it.
I want to do it. I was like, I love that band, and they're like, we want to change the name. So they changed the name to Vulture Boys, and then now we were the Vulture Boys.
And right here,
They were still there. I would drive out there for shows and for practice and things like that. So now I switched back to guitar. Switched back to guitar.
And in the 2000s, you were playing guitar instead of bass.
Later 2000s, yeah. Well, I was kind of still doing Black Eyed Soul too. I was still
Right.
doing Black Eyed Soul, playing bass, and then I kind of switched over and getting back into playing guitar. And Vulture Boys was a lot of fun too because I got to do keyboard. So I would do signature guitar leads, and then I would do.
Oh, wow.
I'd switch back and forth and do keyboard leads too, which was a lot, and certain signature harmonies and things like that. So it was a lot of fun to do that, and they're awesome.
What's this, like
musicians.
2005, 6?
This is this is probably totally wrong, but let me think here. 2000, yeah. I mean, I would say 2007, 2008.
Well,
yeah.
that's fairly recent.
Yeah, pretty recent.
Yeah.
Even 2009 because we did it for several years. Jay Dixon, Robert Craig, and Jared Holt. Jared Holt, one of the best drummers in Florida, just amazing drummer, and they're all just really talented.
Where's he
talented
located?
guys. They're all in Orlando still. I'm sorry. Well, kind of jumping around here. Jay actually married one of my wife's good friends, so now he's over here now. So that's nice. So he's been over here for a couple of years now. So that's been good.
Is he still doing music?
He is still doing music, kind of on his own, writing and
Cool.
and recording, and just kind of just taking a break from the band thing.
If you're bringing it up to almost 2009 with your music career, what about the store? Where did the store come in?
In 2000, well, I had worked for the store for when I moved back from Orlando, 2001-ish. I was just kind of just hanging around and just looking for something to do, and I had worked live sound out in Orlando. It was one of the jobs that I did. There was a promoter named Fat Harry. I don't even know if he's still around, Fat Harry Productions, but he owned the Tsunami Beach Theater, and I think he owned the Embassy too, which were two really cool venues out in Orlando. And I worked at both of them doing setups, stage setups, and things like that with my friend Corey Jacobs.
Right. So I mean, what about the store?
I had the interest in music and gear, and I knew PAs and stuff like that. So I approached George with growing up in this town, I knew the Florida Discount was there, and so I approached George at Florida Discount. I was like, hey, I need to work. I can do this and this. So he hired me right then and there, and that was cool. So I worked for George.
When was that roughly?
This was like 2001. Right then. Yeah.
Right.
I was only back for a few months before I got that. Before I got that job, and I worked for George for a couple of years, and met my wife, met my girlfriend.
Started a family here.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Because
yeah.
that's one question I usually ask.
Yeah.
Is you guys started a
Yeah.
family
Well,
here in Indiana?
Right here in Atlantic, yeah. My wife and I, a couple other friends, were at the time going to. We were trying to open a wine coffee bar, little music venue, and we were getting everything ready to go for that. And the location that we really wanted kind of fell through, and then the opportunity came up for us to actually take over and buy Florida Discount Music from George, and it just worked out. And I had been working there for a couple of years. So 2003, December of 2003, we officially took over FDM. So that's been our birthday.
2003.
Yeah, December 10th, 2003. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is our 9th year.
Anniversary next year, huh?
Yeah. What we're gonna do for a 10-year, I don't know, something big though.
So, yeah, I'm sure you're working in that direction.
Yeah.
Amen for that.
So, that's really,
we're going to take a short break,
okay.
Not to cut Mike off. We're going to come back and we're going to have Mike play a song for us now
sure.
On the acoustic in the recording studio right next door. And we're going to listen to Mike play. We're going to take a short break and we're going to come back and hear some more about Mike's music, and we're going to talk about Florida Discount Music and open mics. We'll be back. Don't leave yet. You got to hear Mike, and you got to hear the rest of this great story.
That's right.
Be right back.
Hidden in the darkness, deep inside my soul, there's a young boy in the corner, hurting and alone. Once he had the keys to life, unlocked any door, now he's lost the keys. Been condemned, he's not wanted anymore, because he's given away way too much. He didn't put back the things that he's touched. I remember sharing my world with you, yeah. And I remember you telling my world to, oh, yeah. I tried to stand strong, knowing that you are gone, but I've been here so long, and I just can't let me on. Oh, it's been all this time, and I find that I'm not over you. I'm not over you, I'm not over you, no, no. I'm not over you, I'm not over you, not over you, not over you, no. My mind goes back to sunny days as our laughter fills the sky. We can't take back the things we've said, no matter how hard we try. Settled in abandonment in a rundown hotel room. Oh no, nothing here is what it seems. You recovered all too soon, but I just need a moment of truth before I walk down the paths that I choose. I remember sharing my world with you, yeah. I remember sharing my world with you, oh, yeah. I tried to stand strong, knowing that you are gone. Well, I've been here so long, I just can't let you on. Oh, it's been all this time, and now I find that I'm not over you. Not over you, not over you, not over you, no. Not over you, not over you, not over you, no. Not over you, not over you.
Took a good look from a high mountain, and there's a spot within. It brings you down, down, down again. The night is gone, the day has reached the end. So look inside your heartache. It's not yourself. It's not yourself. And dreams have finally found it. It's almost there. It's in the air. Goodbye, so long, I'm on my way. And there's nothing left to say. Just let me grab my guitar and its case, and I'll leave a time in its place. I turn around to see that tear on your face. Turn around to see that tear rolling down your face. So look inside your heartache. It's not yourself. It's not yourself. And dreams have finally found it. It's almost there. It's in the air.
We are back live. That was Mike DELLA CIOPPA playing a song for us on the acoustic. That was really nice. What's the name of that song, Mike?
That song's called Heartache.
Heartache. And when did you write that one?
Years ago, I actually had my cousin, Mark Benedicts, help me with a little bit of the lyrics on there. He's a brilliant singer-songwriter. And my friend Jay actually helped me with a little bit of the chording on there. So I actually kind of co-wrote that with them. A song I hadn't played in a long time, but it seemed like the right acoustic song to play.
So how many years ago was? What year is that again? I missed the year.
This when we wrote that song.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wrote it, and then Mark helped me rearrange the lyrics a little bit, and then Jay helped me kind of rearrange the chording a little bit. So I wrote it like years ago, and they kind of helped me rewrite it probably 10 or maybe 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Wow.
I had to give a shout out to the people who helped me write this.
It's good. Very good song.
Thank you.
And you were talking asking earlier about YouTube. You said there's some stuff on YouTube that people can...
definitely. Some stuff that I'm really proud of. Vulture Boys produced a couple videos. So you can... Vulture Boys, I think that's the only thing that'll come up if you do that. So we have a song called From the Heart. Your friend Chris Calloway shot and edited, and it came out awesome. And then...
Vulture Boys.
Vulture Boys, yeah.
Just type that in and
Vulture Boys. Two videos will come up. Actually, I think 3, but we actually formally did 2. I think there's a bunch of live footage from different shows out in Orlando, aka Lounge and Back Booth and things like that. Also, Somebody's Baby is another one that I'm really, really proud of. I just love the song, and the video came out really cool. It's kind of a I don't know. It's an animated video.
It is. That's
so
cool.
It's pretty
and this
cool.
is going back.
This is only just a couple years ago.
A couple years ago.
So I would say 2009, 2010.
Wow.
So very recently, and then since we kind of like disbanded.
Are they published? The songs?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We kind of disbanded.
And who was? Okay.
Yeah, Vulture Boys kind of like just as bands do. Who knows?
Yeah.
Blame it on me, you guys. You blame it on me. It's fine.
And what was it? What's the members of that band?
That was Robert Craig and Jared Holt and Jay Dixon and myself.
Are you presently playing with anybody right now?
I am. Right now, for the last couple of years, I've been in a 2-piece electronica indie rock band called Conglom, and that's like conglomerate but with a K. And conglommusic.com is the website, and we have one song up there. I'm working on a video for the song too. That's
and what genre would you say that is?
Like it's like down tempo electronic indie rock. We play to
electronic.
Yeah, electronica. We play to
electronica.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Down tempo electronica, psychedelic indie rock, if you will.
Well, that's good though, because they always. You say electronica, and then now there's another.
Yeah, but it's rock. It's rock for sure. I mean, we play to basically all the drums and are off a laptop, and I play bass with pretty heavy distortion on it, and sing a harmony, and then Ryan Spear plays guitar and keyboard leads and sings the lead. It's a lot of fun. It's just very, very creative.
Where can I find that again?
Conglom Music, www.conglommusic.com is our website. Also, Facebook, obviously, Conglom.
Oh wow! I gotta check that out. I didn't know that.
And so it's just
sounds
a
interesting.
lot of fun. It's just a really, really fun band, and a 2-piece. So it's just the two of us. So it's just a lot. It's very easy to work that way. If you've ever been in a band with 4 or 5 people, it's a lot easier to work with 2 people or one other person than it is with 4 or 5.
I know. I used to be in a 6-piece band, and we worked it all the way down to 3, and we did very well with 3.
Yeah. So as of very, very recently, I hooked up with a couple guys who I've kind of always looked up to over the years, in different bands that they were in together. They've been together for a long time, and if anyone was in this area in the 90s, they've heard of the What and Dirty Poodle, and I've been watching these guys play when I was a kid at the Lazy Bean and some of these other really cool venues that we used to have years ago. But I hooked up with them, and they're now called the Sleep Tights. So I'm now playing bass with the Sleep Tights. So we're a 4-piece actually. Ultimately, we'll be a 4-piece.
Wow!
So that's I'm really, really excited about the 2 projects that I'm doing right now. Just a bunch of great people and just a lot of fun.
You got to keep us posted. I'm going to ask you at the end where you're playing, if you've got anything scheduled, where you're playing, if you are, so that people can know where you're at.
Sure.
I want to do that before we leave. We'll get those locations, because that's one of my last questions: is where can the people come and see you here in Brevard? Hopefully next week, the week after, wherever you're playing. But I just want to get back to the store.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the music store and your new venture with open mics.
Right.
Now, can you tell the people a little bit about? I'm sure most of the people know how good of a music store you have.
Thank you.
It's been there, a good establishment for many years.
Yeah, almost probably 40 years the store's been there.
Yeah, it's been there a long time. I remember it, believe it or not, in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Cocoa Beach running Gatsby's up there,
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing, Florida disco music back then. So I know it'd been around
Yeah, it's
a
been
long
around
time.
for a long time.
And now you've kind of like cleared away inside the store for your new venture.
Yes,
I'd like you
yes.
to tell the people a little bit about open mics.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, in a nutshell, it's basically the newest addition to Brevard County music scene. We also we have all organic ingredients, all organic coffee drinks, amazing coffee. Not just because it's ours, but it really, really is amazing. Come try it. Cold beer and a really, really nice wine list. On top of that, we have an a showcase stage and an event area. All inside the store, so we have just a really, really chill, vibey lounge inside the store where people can come in and free Wi-Fi, get on their laptops and have a cup of coffee and or cold beer or a glass of wine and hear some amazing local singer-songwriters, poets, comedy, and open to really anything. So we're really looking forward to the future with this.
Tell them the address again so we all know.
454 North Harbor City Boulevard. That's right in Melbourne, 32935, and we're located right inside Florida Discount Music. So the whole back half of the store is dedicated to a lounge.
Where I used to buy my cymbals and cymbal stands and drum sets.
Exactly. A whole thing kind of started off as this was a couple years ago that my friend Gabe Miller, who's always been a visionary, he says to me that what you guys need to do back here is clear all this stuff out of here, and you need to open up a coffee shop, and you need to call it open mics. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. That just doesn't sound right. And so finally he kept telling me the concept, and then now that's fully formulated as
it's
what's
beautiful,
happened. So
beautiful. Tell them about the lighting and the atmosphere you have there. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, they got to see it on the video just during the break.
Actually,
so.
you got to see it.
My wife Lisa is brilliant with design and as well as being sort of a coffee snob and wine snob. So she basically decorated the whole place, and I tell you the truth, I kind of was like, nah, that color's not going to work. That furniture's not going to look right. The blue's not going to look right with it. So I kind of was against kind of the stuff she was trying to do. And then when I see it all together, I'm like, man, I shouldn't have said anything. You got it going on. So she did a
Don't you know
job.
better? You never questioned a woman.
I think Mike Aiello had a name for it earlier. You said when you saw it, looked
you
so
mean
clean.
John?
Was it clean or was it nice?
It looks clean.
Yeah.
Clean and neat, nice.
Thank you.
Not
upscale,
nice,
but comfortable.
Yeah, nice
Very
atmosphere, and you can park in the back
yeah,
too.
Tons of parking. Yeah,
in the back because there's a back door.
Yep, there's a back door. Yep.
Yeah, incredible. I walked in here the other day and I'm just in awe. It's beautiful. We've done a great job.
Thank you very much.
Now, tell them about Monday through Friday. You have some music.
Well,
during the
we
nights?
just recently expanded our hours till 9 o'clock Monday through or later if people are hanging out. Excuse me. Monday through Friday, and kind of the formula that we've kind of been, going off of has been showcasing a local singer-songwriter, and then that singer-songwriter would host an open mic for the remainder of the time. So that's kind of what we've been going with, and it's been working out great.
So if I show up there on Monday night, with a guitar player?
Well, Monday night is Steve Hodak. So I don't know if you guys know Steve Hodak, Snapback Steve. Awesome, even more awesome guy.
And he plays until when?
He'll play from 6 to 7, and then be the host for the open mic from 7 to 9.
Wow!
And it's someone different every night of the week. Fridays and Saturdays, we offer from 5 to 6. We offer a free music workshop, and that can be anything. You come and you have a question about, anything that pertains to music. And a couple of our teachers, Andy Harrington, brilliant musician, awesome guy, and Al Broder, again, brilliant musician and awesome guy. they're there available for, it's a workshop. You bring your guitar, they'll play, they'll talk about what they're playing, how the chords work, and the circle of fifths, and any kind of like theory based stuff that you want to learn, or how do I play a G chord. I mean, they're there for any questions, and it's free to the public.
Right.
So something that we wanted to do. I felt that was real important to do.
So if my buddy Lee and I showed up there after 7, we might be able to get a spot and play.
Yes, 7 to 9 basically is just a free form, open forum for anyone that has anything to say. Poetry, spoken word, comedy,
poetry too.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Very into that. Wednesday, we're actually a comedy troupe is going to be coming in.
That's
So Wednesday night is going to be comedy as well as music.
Oh, comedy. Oh, we're opening up here now. I see poetry, and I know a lot of fellas that went downtown to some kind of a poetry thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Olivieri, one of our recording artists here, who did a CD with us, he goes to those, and they really get into that.
I'm pretty into it. I really like it, and just really want it to be an open forum for anyone that has
That's
anything
great.
to say. This is a soapbox. Get up there and sing about whatever you want, or talk about whatever you want.
That's awesome.
I really want to.
Now, what about you say Wednesday night? Maybe comedy?
Yeah, we're working with a couple sort of a comedy troupe, a group of friends that kind of travel around. We're working. I think we're going to work with them and do that Wednesday nights. Starting next week, I think they're gonna fill that slot with comedy as well as music intermixed.
Intermixed.
Yep, absolutely.
And what about Saturday evenings? You said something.
Saturday,
else?
we're still closing at 6.
6.
But Saturday is going to be more like twice a month. We're going to showcase a band. One band or possibly 2 bands. Just do really just a showcase for that band. Which November 3rd, we're showcasing the Sounds of Nebula, which is an all-girl punk rock band, and they're probably my favorite band in Brevard County. I just really think they're doing important music, and they're really, really nice, and they're just really, really good. I really, really like it. So that's going to be an awesome show. And then a new band that's starting up. It's called The Friction. Just really talented guys, and the music is just I just think it's really important music. So I'm really excited about both those shows. So that's the 3rd and the 17th
of November.
Of November, yes.
Wow.
So we're still going to close at 6, and then on those nights we'll reopen at 8 and go till midnight or so. I'm personally under the impression that nothing good ever happens after 12 o'clock. So, as my mom is always, so 12 o'clock will kind of be our cutoff.
Oh, that's good. You'll keep me posted on this, so that way I can show the people.
Absolutely, definitely.
Because I want to make sure that they all know what's going on these Saturday nights, 2 Saturdays a month. And the store itself, you've got you still got your beautiful inventory of all the good things that everybody needs. And,
it's been the economy's been tough, been tough on us all, and which is the main reason why we wanted to give something else to the community. We may not have the guitar or the brand that you're looking for, but we have awesome coffee and we have a performance stage that you can get up and go play on. So we're trying to take advantage of being able to facilitate Brevard County musicians and poets and things like that.
Have you even got the drums all set up there?
Exactly. I have a drum set set up, a bass amp, a guitar, a really nice sounding PA. I've got the PA sounding really good. And just basically, it's just a free form. And I understand, as I'm really about all original music, and but I understand that us, as artists, we have music that inspires us all, and it's not my place to say no, you can't play cover songs, because if it's songs that inspire you, I want to hear what inspires you, but I want to hear what you have to say too. So, give me something that you wrote, and that we want to hear what you have to say too. So, but not opposed to doing stuff music that inspires you. I mean, that's what music is about, is inspiring people, and you should be able to play music that inspires you.
Right, even if it's somebody else that did it, but if it's coming out through you,
exactly.
Exactly. It's a feeling. So. Yeah, it is. All right, so we've got open mics. We've got Florida Discount Music.
Oh, I have a couple things. If I want to give to you. There you go. So first, you have to have your own FDM T-shirt.
Look at that.
And on the back. Now, this is kind of a funny story. I came up with a slogan a couple years ago that says, "Don't just play the music, make the music." Because I just thought it was important, to have people. Well, don't just play your CDs, don't just play your records. Make the music. Make your music. So, my friend who lives in Ecuador texts me or Facebooks me and says, "You won't believe it. There's a music store in Ecuador that has your slogan on the wall, and it's No Toca la Musica in Vital." So I just thought that was so awesome that that's on our new T-shirts. No Toca la Musica in Vital. So don't just play your records. Don't just play your CDs. Make your music.
And you get the...
yes, more, sorry.
And then, of course... Look at this. Now, they can get these at the store, too, right?
Yeah. Open mics, coffee lounge, live music. These are for you, Will. Thank you very much. Oh, and then also, you got to try this, too. This is our...
That's a bean, or is that already ground?
This is a bean.
Oh, good. I gotta...
Oh, well, then you have to come back and I'll grind it for you.
I've got a grinder.
Oh, you do? Okay. This is our organic single origin Sumatra bean. It's... awesome. Dark roast Sumatra bean. This is an amazing, amazing coffee. I want you to have that, too.
Oh, Mike, thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you here,
thank
Mike.
You very
I really
much.
mean it. And, we're going to keep in close contact with Mike and Florida Discount Music and Open Mic. It's an establishment that I really like, and I endorse, and I will continue to endorse. Great people, great place. And it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
We thank you, and we want to keep in touch with you, too. Mm-hmm. You'll be seeing the ads for Open Mics and Florida Discount Music right here on the show every Thursday. And when we go to 2 days a week here shortly, we'll be doing Tuesday and Thursday. You'll see Open Mics and Florida Discount Music also advertised on those. This is all we have for today with Mike DELLA CIOPPA and the Italian Day here at ISW and inside the sound wave on the Atlantic Ocean Beach.
Yep.
Right here. We're getting ready for a storm, though, but we're going to let that go ahead and blow over because we were tight as a drum hit.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Will.
We'll see you next week. Watch the show. Tell everybody about it. God bless. We'll see you next week.
Come get you.
Yeah, we will. The gang. For India Atlantic Sound Wave. We're here on A1A on the beaches of India Atlantic, Florida. Right across the street, we look at the ocean right from the studio here. Just a brief history, we've been here for going on 4 years. We're a state-of-the-art recording studio. We have Pro Tools, HD10, we have Sonar X1, we have Logic Pro 9. We have the best of recording equipment in Brevard County. And the largest studio in Brevard County also, with over 10 rooms of recording. Already equipped, fully functional each room, live stream each room, microphones, biggest vocal booth, recording booth in Brevard County, the biggest drum isolation room, recording room in Brevard County, holds 2 drum sets, holds a DW already set and mic'd and ready, and has a Roland $10,000 electronic drum set in there all ready for recording. You should come over and check out the studio. I would be glad to give you a tour of the facility. We are now a 2-story building facility where we are taking all the recording of music upstairs and all of the TV show video recording downstairs. The Inside the Sound Wave internet TV show is filmed right presently here upstairs, but we are in the process of moving downstairs, where we will have over 7 rooms of studio TV recording and or whatever recording you would like to do. We have keyboards, guitars, Les Pauls, Stratocasters. We have bass, acoustic, Ovation. We have 2 beautiful workstations in the Motif X8, and we also have a Roland workstation, the G8. These are major keyboards for hip-hop and sounds to put into your songs, into your music. They're the best. They have their own workstation right here in the studio in another area that has Logic Pro 9, and it also goes to the HD Pro Tools 10. In the TV studio, we are presently filming a couple of TV shows. We have SpirituallyRaw.tv, who's been here for 10 months and over 130 shows. And we have the Inside the Sound Wave show that started up last month and is doing its 5th show. We have more expanded use coming in for the studio if you want to put your band on there for an hour, if you want to put your business on there for an hour, if you want to talk about your family, do your music videos, whatever you would like to do. I want to tell you right now we have an introductory price of $99.95 for 1 hour. That would be film taped and ready to go for you on a master copy that you can put on Bright House, you can put on major networks, you can put on anywhere as you'd want. All you have to do is have that master copy, and you can do whatever you want with it. We have recording specials going on right now at the recording studio, and I don't know how you Brevard musicians can afford $20 an hour. Seems to be like most of you are having trouble with that, but I can work with you on that, even $20 an hour for recording. There's a lot of talent here in Brevard. You need to bring it into ISW Recording Studio. And you need to bring it to the TV studio also. We can help you both ways. We can help you with recording and promoting your band, and we can help you in the TV studio by doing a show. I'll even do a show for you for free on Inside the Soundwave internet TV show, or you can just buy your own for $99.95, and I will give you an excellent job of promoting whatever business, band, music, whatever you want to do. Bring it into it. ISWRecordingStudio.com, InsideTheSoundWave.com, and we're on Facebook at 4 sites. We have the TV studio site, we've got the Inside the Soundwave site, we've got the music producers and production company, and we've got the recording studio. Put it on here, I guarantee you, you'll do fine. You want to work with me on prices? I'll talk to you. That's what I'm here for. Come on on. 1520 North Highway A1A, Indialantic, Florida, on the beach. 321-327-7925. Give me a call. I'll help you out. Don't be stuck in all those little dinky clubs. Come over and see me. We'll try to get you out and about. Thank you.